But we're going to begin with the breaking news. The FBI has raided former National Security Advisor John Bolton's home and office. You'll recall he served during President Trump's first term, but later became critical of the president. Officials say the raid is part of a probe into Bolton's handling of classified information. For more on this, let's go to Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen, who's joining me now. Jake, what are you learning about the raid? I know it's still happening even as we speak.
That's right. It is ongoing right down the street from us, also in downtown Washington, D.C. Federal law enforcement has been spotted by our CBS News crews at an office that belongs to John Bolton's Political Action Committee as well. So we know this search is ongoing in multiple locations. John Bolton has not answered requests from comments from CBS News, and the Department of Justice had no formal comment, but the FBI said that they were conducting court-authorized activity in the area, that there was no threat to public safety, and that was their only comment on the matter. Well, what we know in addition to that, Vlad, is that sources are telling CBS News that this is an investigation at least partly related to classified document retention. You'll remember back to 2020 when John Bolton left the White House and President Trump alleged that in a book that John Bolton wrote, he had illegally taken and then used classified documents to write that book.
All right, so take us back to the history between these two men. President Trump tapped him to serve as his national security advisor. Bolton, like many in the first Trump administration, left after not a very long period of time and then became very, very critical of President Trump, even after he had already left office.
Extremely critical, and you're right. You'll remember that President Biden actually granted Secret Service protection to John Bolton after Bolton received threats from the Iranian officials who were seeking to retaliate potentially against the death of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. John Bolton and President Trump feuded over international affairs very often, specifically about using military tactics in Iran and other places in the Middle East. Since then, and since January 6th, Ambassador Bolton has been a very vocal critic of the Trump administration, Trump campaign, and we know that on day one of the Trump administration, this time, John Bolton's Secret Service protection was pulled, while Kash Patel said that there would not be any kind of retaliation against people who are critical of the administration. It's clear today, and he's touted it, as well as Attorney General Pam Bondi, that they're going to continue going after people and that nobody is above the law.
So, all right, Jake, before we let you go, we do have those live pictures coming into the newsroom showing that raid being conducted on John Bolton's house. Do we know at this point if he's even there?
We don't. The Associated Press reported this morning that Bolton was actually seen at his office in downtown D.C. speaking to federal law enforcement who went to that office where he works and where his Political Action Committee works, but we do not know whether he was home at the time that the agents went officially to his house this morning around 7 a.m.
So presumably there will be cameras stationed outside of his office for the moment that he pops out of his workplace. And of course, we've got those cameras situated there at the home of the former National Security Advisor John Bolton. Again, the headline this morning, federal agents have raided the home of the former National Security Advisor John Bolton. President Trump has accused Bolton in the past of holding on to classified information, which he accused Bolton of using in writing his book. Jake Rosen, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it.